Hello everyone and good afternoon, I'm Hayden Banzel and you're watching the Tidewater Summer League YouTube channel. Welcome back into Lakewood Park. It's our first game here in exactly 1 week, and today's game is between the Norfolk Redbirds and the Suffolk Voyagers. It's the first time that these two teams are playing since last Tuesday. They both sit in the basement of the PCL standings, but the week-long rest gives both Coach Chris Dodo and Phil Forbes Sr. to throw out the same arms that they threw out in their one game last week. That's Vincent Bashara, who was lit up by the Greenbrier Knights in his last outing for the Redbirds, and Caleb Belisle for the Voyagers, making his second start for his new squad. And we do have the starting lineups today. For the road team, who is the Suffolk Voyagers, Caden Hillberger will be leading off and playing center field. Nick Cleghorn getting the start over and right, batting second. Trevor Mason getting his first start over at second base. He'll be batting third. Trey Blow over at third base in the cleanup hole. Aiden Oates behind the plate, batting fifth. Rylan Brown doing the DHing today in the sixth hole. Ahmad Goldson batting seventh, playing left field. Benny Spady coming off of his best game of the season in the eighth hole, playing first base. Tyler Gorbett is the shortstop, batting ninth, and Jacob Lopez is the extra hitter for the Voyagers, batting 10th. And for the Norfolk Redbirds, they have a 12-man lineup that starts like this. Bryce Jones will be leading off, also playing center field. Logan Stein out in left, batting second. Zach Jarnowski behind the plate, batting third. Trey Wright doing the DHing today. He'll be batting fourth. Aiden Feather over at third base again, batting fifth. Wes Bonney out in right, batting sixth. Justin Lakos batting seventh, playing second. Trevor Self is the extra hitter, one of three for Norfolk. He's in the eighth hole. Alex Aguilar is playing shortstop, batting ninth. Nick Jazikowski playing first base, getting a start over there, batting in the 10 hole. Jake Gensler, another extra hitter in the 11 hole, and in the 12 hole, the extra hitter, Alex Brown. It's a beautiful day in Norfolk, Virginia, 91 degrees and sunny, so as you guys can continue to sit on your couch, relax, and enjoy another beautiful day of Tidewater Summer League baseball on your TV. And if you can't get it on your television, just ask your grandchildren or children. I'm sure they can help you out. We are under a delay here as we were getting ready to get the field set. There was a big puddle over at first base, so we are under a 15-minute delay. So we'll get set to start at around 4:15, so hang around until then. Welcome back into Lakewood Park, and we are underway as Vincent Bashara gets a called strike to get things started. First pitch thrown at Lakewood Park in a week, and it's a called strike from Bashara. Bashara got the start last week for Norfolk as Hilberger hits a ground ball to second where Lakos comes in, and the throw to first is in time. So two pitches for Bashara, and he gets a ground ball from Hilberger, 4-3 in the scorecard. Bashara got beat up last week against Greenbrier. He scored 2 runs in and off of him in the first inning. As Nick Cleghorn takes that ball low and in, 1-0. Greenbrier put up 6 more runs in the second, so 8 runs off of Bashara in his 2 innings of work, trying to have a nice bounce back start here today. Both of these teams have each played 10 games in league play. As Cleghorn swings through that pitch to make the count 2-1. Suffolk has 2 wins in those 10 games, and Norfolk just ahead with 3. It is a bit of a tight race as we look into the standings, as Cleghorn swings at another pitch from Bashara, evens up the count in 2-2. For Virginia Beach's first 10 games, they have 4 wins, and Greenbrier played their 11th game in PSL play last night. They fell to Edenton. They're 5-6 in league play. There's a called strike 3. First strikeout from Bashara, and there are 2 outs here in the first. This is Bashara's 4th start this season. And that pitch is laid off by Trevor Mason for ball 1. Mason getting the start over at second today, typically at third base. Gets an opportunity to show his glove from the right side as he takes a called strike to even up the count at 1 apiece. Bashara had 2 strikeouts in his 2 innings last week, as not sure where that pitch mitched from Bashara. Makes the count 2-1. 2-1 pitch, and it's fouled off by Mason, and the count's 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes here on Mason, and he swings and misses for strike 3. A 1-2-3 inning for Vincent Bashara. We'll go to the bottom of the first in a scoreless ball game. Get your game on with D-Bat Virginia Beach, baseball, softball, training, and more. D-Bat Virginia Beach is a state-of-the-art facility with over 17,000 square feet, 13 batting cages, and professional instructors who don't just know baseball and softball, but live and breathe it. You can find them located at 5258A Fairfield Shopping Center in Virginia Beach. You can call them at 757-467-1111. You can also visit their website at dbatvirginiabeach.com. Caleb Belisle making his second start for the Suffolk Voyagers. Caleb came over to Suffolk from the Virginia Beach Sea Dogs, was a reliever with the Sea Dogs. His first pitch to Bryce Jones is outside for ball one. Pitch, and that one shot out towards center, and overcoming is Hilberger, and that'll go into the gap and over the fence for a ground rule double for Bryce Jones. So the first hit of the day comes off of the bat of Bryce Jones. It's his second double this season. He's just played 2 games for Norfolk. And swinging at the first pitch and grounded to short is Logan Stein, and unable to come up with the ball is Gorbett at short. And so now there's runners on the corners after the error on Gorbett, with no one out. That'll bring up Zach Jarnowski. Stein swung at the first pitch he saw, and Jarnowski will take it for a called strike. Belisle made 6 relief outings for Virginia Beach. His former team posted an ERA of 5.40. And the 0-1 pitch is shot out towards right. That'll bring in at least a run. Over comes Cleghorn to the gap, and that'll fall, and that one will go over the fence as well. So the second ground rule double of the inning gives the Redbirds a 1-0 lead, with 2 runners in scoring position. So a quick start here for Norfolk. That brings up the lefty designated hitter, Trey Wright. And Wright swings and misses at the breaking ball from Belisle, 0-1. Belisle in his last start for Suffolk went 3 innings, allowing 2 runs, and he gets a called strike there, and he's up on the count, 0-2 on Wright. Still no one out here in the home first. 0-2 count here on Wright. Pitch from Belisle, and the upstairs pitch is fouled off, and we'll do it again. I'm just trying to put the ball in play. Still down 0-2. Bit choked up on the bat. 0-2 coming. And it is hit on the ground up the middle of the diamond. That'll roll into center field for a base hit. 1 run will score. Here comes Jarnowski. He'll score without a throw. It's a 2 RBI single for Trey Wright. And the Redbirds are quickly up 3-0 here, before Belisle can even record an out. I'll bring up Aiden Feather. Feather fouls off the first pitch. He sees 0-1. It's the 6th and 7th runs batted in for Trey Wright, who's standing on first base. Aiden Feather getting another start at third base today. Down in the count, 0-1. And Bilal fires in another strike. So Wright was down in the count, 0-2. Fouled off a pitch and then knocked in 2 runs. See what Feather can do, down in the count, 0-2 as well. And Feather shoots that one to deep left. Back goes Hilberger to the warning track, and that ball is gone. It's 5-0 Norfolk, a 2-run shot for Aiden Feather. His first of the season. And before you can even blink, the Redbirds are up 5-0. And time is going to be called. We're going to have a pitching mound visit. Redbirds have already tacked on 5 runs before an out is recorded. Wes Bonney steps into the box, and his first pitch that he sees is up and in for ball 1. Typically it was Suffolk who's got off to hot starts lately. And Bonney hits a 2-hopper over to second where Mason is. And the throw to first is in time for the first out of the home first. I'll bring up Justin Lakos. Suffolk coming into the game scored in the first inning 6 of their last 7 games, but they were quieted by Bashara. Went down 1-2-3. And then the Redbirds giving them a taste of their own medicine. 1-1 count here on Lakos, and he swings and misses at the 1-1 pitch. One ball, 2 strikes here on Lakos. Bilal gets the signs from Moats and delivers. And swing and a miss at a pitch in the dirt. Umpire signals that it was caught by Oates, so that's the second out. So ever since the mound visit, Bilal has gotten Bonney to ground out and then fans Lakos for the second out. So that'll bring up Trevor Self. Self the extra hitter today in the 8 hole. And he takes a called strike, 0-1. This is just the second meeting between these two teams this summer. As Self takes that pitch low in the dirt, evens up the count at 1-1. These teams haven't met since opening day, so it's been over a month since they've seen each other. And that one's fouled to the right side by Self, 1-2. And the umpire tries to get Caleb Bilal a new baseball, kind of overshot him. Getting his arms loose now. The Redbirds did take the victory back on opening day, as that one is shot again, fouled towards the right side. So we'll do the 1-2 again. Won that game 11-8. So was a high scoring affair, and Suffolk's gonna need to put up some more runs here today to get into this one. Posted 5 runs before an out was recorded. One-two from Bilal, and it's upstairs, and it evens up the count at 2 apiece. Two-two on its way from Bilal, and a good layoff there from Self to make the count full. 3-2 pitch, and it's upstairs, ball 4. Self is aboard with 2 outs. That'll bring up Alec Aguilar. And Aguilar takes the first pitch, strike, 0-1. Alec hitting a $136 this season. Just finished his high school year, so definitely a youngster. And he hits a ground ball to short. Gorbett flipped to second in time for the force out, but not before 5 runs come in to score for the Redbirds. It's 5-0 at the end of 1. Vincent Bashara's now got some run support. Up by 5 runs here in the top of the second. And Trey Blow swings at the first pitch he sees. 0-1. Suffolk is without 2 of their best 3 hitters consistently, without Brian Wilson and Phillip Forbes, as Blow fouls off that pitch. 0-2. Lowe's been one of those top hitters for Suffolk this season. And he lays that one off. Lowe's cooled off a bit, but still has an OPS of 924 as he goes down swinging. Third consecutive strikeout from Bashara after he had just 2 all of last game. So that'll bring up the catcher, Aiden Oates. Trying to get things started with 1 out. He takes a called strike. So Bashara's done a good job of just getting ahead of the count, throwing first pitch strikes. And the 0-1 is fouled off towards the right side. Over comes Jazikowski for a look, but he won't get there. And now Oates is down in the count, 0-2. Both catchers wearing number 13 in today's matchup. And Oates goes down swinging. 4th straight strikeout from Bashara. And he is locked in early today. That'll bring up the DH, Ryland Brown. Bashara first pitch, and it's fouled off by Brown. 0-1. Another first pitch strike from Bashara. As Brown questions how he even hit that ball. That ball was really in on him. Somehow managed to foul it off. 0-1. And good layoff there from Brown. Pitch just outside, evens up the count at 1 apiece. One pitch, and Brown leaves that one inside. Up on the count, 2-1. Brown had probably his best game of the season last week, which was Suffolk's last game, and he fouls that pitch straight back. Evens up the count at 2-2, and we'll fix that camera for you. Two balls, 2 strikes here on Brown. Pitch. And he went around for strike 3. The 5th consecutive strikeout recorded by Bashara. And we'll go to the bottom of the 2nd inning here at Lakewood Park. Voyagers go to their bullpen early as AJ Zeke, who is now on the mound, going to have a talk with Aiden Oates as Nicholas Jazakowski gets set to lead off the bottom half of the second after 5 runs were posted in the first inning from Norfolk. This is Zeke's 6th relief outing this season, and he's certainly a pitcher to contact. Has 7 strikeouts and 8 innings of work this summer. So the Suffolk defense going to have to be ready here. And the first pitch from Zeke is fouled back by Jazakowski, 0-1. A 1 pitch, and it's outside from Zeke, evens up the count at 1-1. One pitch, and it's fouled back. Two from Zeke, and pitches upstairs. It hits the feet of Zeke, and arriving safely with an infield single is Nick Jazakowski. So everything is going right today for the Redbirds. That pitch was way upstairs. Jazakowski took a hack at it and hit it right off of the feet of Zeke, and it went to his right side, but too far for him and even Trey Blow, the third baseman, to come and get it. That'll bring up Jake Gensler. He swings and misses at the first pitch he sees, 0-1. A 1. And that's called a ball. 1-1. Gensler hitting .273 this season. One of 3 extra hitters today for the Redbirds, and he takes a hack at that fastball. And now down in the count, 1-2. And Gensler calls time as he restraps his batting gloves. One ball, 2 strikes here on Gensler. Pitch from Zeke is outside. He evens up the count. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Thank you so much for joining us today on the Tidewater Summer League YouTube channel. Let us know where you're watching in the comments section. 2-2 pitch sails upstairs from Zeke, and the count is now full on Gensler. Full count delivery on its way from Zeke. Swing and a miss, strike 3 for the first out of the home second. So first batter retired by Zeke as Gensler goes down swinging, and that'll bring up Alex Brown. Brown takes that pitch outside from Zeke for a ball, 1-0. Brown had his best game on opening day against these Voyagers. Went 2 for 4 with an extra base hit. Looking for some more success today. 2-0 pitch, and that one's fouled straight back. well. Okay, we are back after fixing that camera for you. That was probably the worst that it's been all season. Alex Brown knocked it off. He went down swinging. So there are 2 outs with Nick Jazikowski still on first base. He had an infield single to lead off the inning, as Bryce Jones fouls off that pitch from A.J. Zeke. Count is 1-2. Zeke shakes off Oates, and now he's ready. 1-2, Jazikowski going, and it's fouled off by Jones. And that one is yanked into right field for a base hit for Jones. Jazikowski will hold up at second as Cleghorn gets it in quickly. A 2-out single for Bryce Jones. He's 2 for 2. That'll bring up Logan Stein. So runners on first and second for Stein, who reached on an error in this first at-bat. And he lays off that pitch from Zeke, 1-0. Stein has a batting average of .615 for the Redbirds as he takes that one low, 2-0. Stein did arrive a couple weeks late. This is his 6th game. Back pick down to second, and Oates throws it into center field. Jazikowski taking off for third. And the throw from Hilberger to third is not in time. And now there are 2 runners in scoring position. The count is 3-0 on Stein. trying to tack onto the Redbirds' lead. Oates tried to backpick Jasikowski at second. Throw went into center field, and now 2 runners in scoring position and a 4-pitch walk. Delivered by Zeke to Stein, and that'll load the bases for Zach Jarnowski. Jarnowski knocked in the first run of the afternoon with the ground rule double. Trying to really break this game open today. Hits a number down the right side, and the ball lands just foul. That ball was spinning, and Oates took a while to touch it. Otherwise, that ball looked like it was spinning right back into fair territory. Jarnowski was doing the right thing, running it out all the way. So the count is 1-0 here on the catcher. A 1 pitch, and that ball misses outside from Zeke, evens up the count at 1-1. Trey Wright is on deck if Jarnowski can keep the inning going. The base is loaded. 1-1 from Zeke, and that ball misses upstairs. Counts 2-1. Jasikowski on third. He reached on an infield single that started the inning. Bryce Jones singled, standing on second, and Logan Stein was walked on 4 pitches. He's on first. 2 balls and a strike, and Jarnowski fouls that one back, and it evens up the count at 2-2. Balls, 2 strikes here on Jarnowski. Here's the delivery from Zeke, and it's spiked in the dirt, and the count is now full. Jarnowski already has 2 bases-loaded walks this season. Merry-go-round in motion, and it's low for ball 4. And another run comes in for the Redbirds. It's the 3rd time this season that Jarnowski has walked in a run. Accounting for now 3 of his 4 RBI on the season. I'll bring up the lefty Trey Wright. And the first pitch that he sees from Zeke is inside for ball 1. One-0 delivery, and that one's chopped up the middle of the diamond. In comes the shortstop Gorbett. Throw to first is too high for Spady. 1 run will score, but that'll get the 3rd run into score, and Mason drops the ball. And it throws off of Wright, and everybody is safe. 3 runs come in to score off of the ground ball that was hit up the middle by Trey Wright. And it puts the Redbirds up 9-0. So the second error of the game charged to Gorbett, and it cost 3 runs. So now Now Aiden Feather with his first home run of the season in his last at-bat. And he shoots that one into the right center gap, but overcomes the center fielder Hilberger to make the catch. But not before 4 more runs come in to score for the Redbirds. They're up 9-0 here at the end of the second. Vincent Bashara, who allowed 9 runs in his first start, or his last start rather, as Ahmad Goldson swings and misses at the first pitch. He sees nothing in 1. Now knows what it feels like to be on the opposite side, as the Redbirds put up 9 runs in the first 2 innings here today. And Goldson swings and misses at that pitch from Bashara, and again he's up on the count, 0-2. Bashara's been locked in. He's had to do a lot of waiting because his offense keeps on putting up runs for him. 0-2 pitch, and it's just fouled off to the left side by Goldson. 0-2 still. We did see Norfolk come back. They cut the deficit as close as 9-6 as Goldson lines that one up the middle of the diamond. It's stopped by the second baseman Lakos, but that's all he can do. Prevent it from going into the outfield. So Ahmad Goldson's the first base runner to reach base against Bashara today. And that stops the string of 5 consecutive strikeouts from Vince. So that'll bring up another left-footed hitter, Benny Spady. Spady had a breakout game last Tuesday with a pair of 2-run homers as he takes a ball 1 from Bashara. 1-0 pitch. Benny was also the player of the week for the Voyagers. And a small sample size. 1-1 pitch, and he gets a hold of that one to deep right. And back goes Bonnie, and that ball is gone. Benny Spady, his 3rd home run in the last 2 games, and he has really awoken now. His 3rd 2-run homer, and it puts the Voyagers on the board here in the 3rd inning. And he cannot be stopped right now. So Benny Spady just continues to rake. His third home run in the last 2 games. All of them have been 2-run homers as that pitch is fouled straight back by the shortstop Gorbett. 0-1. A 1 pitch is spiked in the dirt by Bashara. 1-1. And the 1-1 is lined to right field. That'll be a base hit, the 3rd consecutive hit for Suffolk. And there's still no one out here in the 3rd. So after Bashara retired the first 6 batters he faced, Golden starts the inning with a leadoff infield single. Spady takes him yard. And now Gorbett stands on first, and a good block there behind the dish by Jarnowski to hold up Gorbett at first. To prevent Gorbett from going. Jacob Lopez, another lefty, swings and fouls off that pitch into the glove of Jarnowski. Evens up the count at 1-1. Lopez lays off the breaking pitch from Bashara. Up in the count now, 2-1. And Bashara checks in on Gorbett as he dives back in safely. So Benny Spady now leads Suffolk as Bashara checks in on Gorbett again. And home runs. It's changed a lot for them over the past week or so. And there's a called strike on Lopez. Evens up the count at 2-2. Ahmad Golden had the only home run of the season for Suffolk up until a couple weeks ago. That was on opening day here at Lakewood. As Lopez takes that pitch inside, and the count's now full. And Ryland Brown had one in Edenton and also one last week here. As Lopez hits a blooper towards the left side, that'll dunk in to shallow left for a base hit. Gorbett is now stuck in a rundown as he took a hard turn to second. Lopez now stands on second, and the throw gets Gorbett, and now Lopez is running back to first. He'll get there safely. So not the smartest base running there from Suffolk. It's a base hit for Lopez, the 4th consecutive hit for the Voyagers. But there's now 1 out. Gorbett took a hard turn around second, so Stein threw it in quickly, had Gorbett down in a rundown as Hilberger swings to that pitch, 0-1. So they got Gorbett stuck in a rundown, and as he was trying to just run it down as much as he could, Lopez was over at second. They were chasing Gorbett back to second base where Lopez was standing. So as Gorbett was diving back in, Lopez, after I believe he touched second base, ran all the way back to first because Gorbett was there. And the first baseman, as that one's lined right to the second baseman, it's caught, and the throw to first as there's nothing that Lopez can do. He's picked off for the double play. So a 2-run homer from Benny Spady gets Suffolk on the board. We'll head to the bottom of the 3rd inning here at Lakewood Park. Redbirds on top, 9-2. Third pitcher in 3 innings for the Voyagers. The new arm on the mound is Tristan York. So York trying to hold the Redbirds to 9 runs right here. First pitch swinging from Bonnie. Hits a fly ball out to left where Goldson is waiting for it. And he dropped it. Goldson was under it. And then he just kept on backpedaling and backpedaling. So not the best read on that ball as it was behind Goldson. And we'll see how they score it. And they're going to credit an error on Ahmad Goldson. That's the 3rd error in the first 3 innings for the Voyagers. And York fires that pitch outside, 1-0. So Bonnie on second. Trevor Mason holding him tightly at second. That pitch is yanked towards left field. That'll go foul off of the bat of Justin Lakos. One pitch from York, and it misses outside, and the count moves up to 2-1. York trying to be the first pitcher of the 3 for Suffolk to have a scoreless inning, as that one's popped up in foul territory. Blow's coming for a look, but that'll go out of play. Caleb Bilal started, allowed 5 runs, and AJ Zeke followed, allowing 4. Already a runner in scoring position as Wes Bonney reached on an error. 2-2 pitch from York, and that one shot up the middle of the diamond. Moving to his left is Gorbett, and he'll have to hold it there. And now there are runners on the corners with nobody out. So it's an infield single for Justin Lakos. That'll bring up Trevor Self. And he takes that pitch upstairs from York, 1-0. From York, running from first going, and that one's hit towards third. Blow only plays to first, where he shoots down Self, but over to second goes Lakos. He was stealing on the pitch. Blow did a good job, knew he couldn't go to second, and was able to hold Bonnie on third. So now 1 down with 2 runners in scoring position for Alec Aguilar. And Alec takes the first pitch outside from York, 1-0.
Looking like tomorrow. No, I think they're actually done today, but I thought you were busy today.
1-0 delivery. And that one misses upstairs. And Aguilar up in the count, 2-0. Jackson Hughes is on deck in place of Nicholas Jazikowski. 2-0 pitch. And that one's shot out towards left by Aguilar. Another shot for Golton as he goes back to the warning track. And that one hops off of the fence. 1 run will score. And being held up at third base is Lakos. It's an RBI double for Alec Aguilar. And it puts the Redbirds up 10-2. Fourth RBI of the season for Aguilar. As Jackson Hughes takes a called strike, 0-1.
I'm going to see if I can get you out there before. Let me see what time this tryout goes.
And Hughes rips that one down the left field line. A fair ball. 2 runs will score. And standing on second base with a 1-out, 2 RBI double is Jackson Hughes off of the bench. Second consecutive double for the Redbirds. And they're now up 10 runs here in the home third. Brings up Jake Gensler. Went down swinging in his first at-bat. Takes that pitch outside from York, 1-0.
Yeah, I will. Give me a
And that pitch is bounced. Good block there by the catcher Oates, 2-0. Count here on Gensler, and he swings and misses at that pitch from York. And the count moves to 2-1. Gensler hitting .273 coming into the day, and he lays off that pitch. 3-1. 7th game this season for Gensler. 3-1 delivery. And it's low and in for ball 4. And aboard for the first time today is Gensler via the walk. Third walk drawn by Redbird hitting. And that puts up Alex Brown. Mason holding Jackson Hughes tightly over at second as York again misses outside with that first pitch. Done that with the last 3 batters. One 0 to Brown. And that's spiked in the dirt. Another good block from Oates. And the count moves to 2-0. Pitch, and that one sails upstairs, and it's now 3-0. See if Brown gets the green light.
Yeah, what you got going on?
3-0, he's taking all the way, and a called strike. Three 1 to Brown, and it's upstairs for ball 4, and the bases are loaded. Second consecutive walk delivered by York, and we're going to have a visit to the mound. Third time that the Redbirds are going through their order. Bryce Jones is in the 1 hole today. Takes that pitch inside from York, 1-0. Jones 2 for 2 today. He's hit a ground rule double and single to come around to score on both of them. Didn't get here until June 30th, but in the 2 games that he's played in thus far, his Oates blocks that one and is able to hold it just enough to prevent Hughes from coming. Jones was 3 for 6 coming into the game in the first 2 games. And that pitch is upstairs and the count moves to 3-0. Nowhere to put Jones. The bases loaded, already 3 runs home in the inning for the Redbirds. And the 3-0 is outside, ball 4. A 4-pitch walk. Moves everyone up a spot. Hughes scores. And an RBI for Bryce Jones. Redbirds have put up at least 4 runs in each of the first 3 innings. And the first pitch that Stein sees from York is inside. 1-0. One misses low from York. It's 2-0. York is already walked. Last 3 batters as the wind picks up here. There is someone out in the Suffolk bullpen warming up, trying to get an eye on him from our angle behind home plate. 2-0 pitch. And York gets the call. And it moves the count to 2-1. York could use a ground ball here. 2-1 pitch. And it's laid off by Stein. And he's up in the count 3-1. Time is called by Stein as the wind continues to blow here in Norfolk, Virginia. Moving at 11 miles per hour. 3-1 pitches outside. 4th consecutive walk. Distributed by York. And he's just having trouble finding the zone here today. That pitch is inside from York, 1-0. And York fires in a called strike. Evens up the count at 1-1. Still 1 down here in the 3rd inning. Redbirds up 14-2. And Jarnowski takes another called strike, 1-2. Jarnowski walked with the bases loaded in his last plate appearance. Now down in the count, 1-2, and he shoots that one out towards center. That'll at least get in a run. Hilberger moves to his right, and he can't get there. And 1 hops the wall. 1 run is in. And then comes Bryce Jones to score the 2nd. It's a 2 RBI double for Zach Jarnowski, his 3rd RBI of the afternoon, and it puts the Redbirds up 16-2. 0-1. This is the most runs that the Redbirds have put up in any game all season. And we're still in the third inning. They put up 11 runs twice. First time on opening day against these Voyagers. And back on June 18th against the Barnstormers. That one's yanked up the middle, a base hit. Another run will score, being waved around third is Jarnowski, but he'll go back. As a good shootout there from center from Hilberger. It's an RBI single for Trey Wright, his second hit of the day and his third RBI. And it puts runners on the corners with still one out. And Phil Forbes Sr. is going to pull the plug on Tristan York, and Aiden Hedgepeth is going to come into relief. So Aiden Hedgepeth, the new pitcher on the mound for the Voyagers, as Tristan York just able to record only one out. And the first pitch that Feather sees is fouled deep towards the left side, 0-1. So 8 runs already home in the inning. Runners still on the corners. Those are under the account of York. Feather spits on that pitch from Hedgepeth, giving up the count at 1-1. One pitch. Now that one's fired in for a strike from Hedgepeth. 1-2. The third relief outing for Hedgepeth as Feather fouls that one straight back. It's gone 2 2/3 innings as a reliever, allowing 4 earned runs. 1-2 pitch, and it drops in for a called strike 3 for the second out. So Feather goes down looking for the second out. Runners still in the corners for West Bonnie. West started off this inning. Reached on an error. Ball that hit the glove of Ahmad Goldson on a fly ball out in left field. And Bonnie swings at that one. And the count is 0-2 here on Bonnie. 0-2 pitch. Just outside from Hedgepeth. 1-2. One-two pitch. On its way. And gets stopped there from Oates on a ball in the dirt. Evens up the count at 2-2. Hedgepeth is ready. 2 on, 2 out, 2-2 the count. Here's the pitch to Bonnie. And fouled it off, and we'll do it again. Two from Hedgepeth. And that one's rolled towards the right side. Over comes Mason to his left. The throw to first is in time. A nice play there from Trevor Mason. But not before 8 runs come in to score for the Redbirds. They're now up 17-2 at the end of 3. Top of the 4th inning here at Lakewood Park. 2, 3, 4. 2 up in the Suffolk lineup. And the first pitch of the 4th inning drills Cleghorn in the back from Bashara. As he slowly walks over to first base, umpire goes out to get the ball that rolled into the shallow infield. So Cleghorn is aboard, and the first pitch is inside to Trevor Mason, 1-0. And the 1-0 was fouled off of the mask of Jarnowski. Evens up the count at 1-1. That one did not move our camera. Seventh pitch, and it's fouled off by Mason. Down in the count, 1-2. Mason was struck out by Bashara. One of 5 victims today, and he takes that pitch upstairs to move the count to 2-2. 2-2 delivery, and it's inside, and the count is full. Wouldn't expect Cleghorn to run down as much as Suffolk is. He's not going. 3-2 pitch has spiked it on to home plate for ball 4, and the first 2 runners are aboard. So a hit by pitch and then a walk starts the 4th inning for the Voyagers. That brings up Trey Blow. And Blow fouls that pitch straight back, and he lost his bat as well. So Blow retrieves his bat. And now he's ready. Down in the count, 0-1. 0-1. And that one's hit towards the left side. Aguilar moving to his right. Throw to second is in time. Good job there from Justin Lakos to stay on the bag. Aguilar pulled him off a bit. But they're able to get Mason on the force out for the first out of the inning. So now runners on the corners with 1 down. And it brings up Aiden Oates. And there goes Blow. Throw down from Jarnowski is not in time. So a stolen base for Trey Blow. Puts 2 runners in scoring position for Aiden Oates. The 6th stolen base of the summer for Trey. And that pitch is upstairs to Oates. 2-0. 2-0 from Bashara. And that one shot out towards right center. Over comes Jones moving to his left. That'll get in a run though, as Cleghorn tags up from third to score the 3rd Suffolk run. Blow still on second base. It's a sac fly for Aiden Oates. And now we're going to get a courtesy runner for the catcher Oates. We'll see who comes out of the Suffolk dugout. It looks like it's going to be Alex Gilisano. Courtesy running for Aiden Oates. Or Trey Blow, excuse me. So now time is called. So not sure why Blow is getting a courtesy runner. And that one is fouled off of the bat of Rylan Brown, and all he can do is look back and smile. Brown was getting out of the way of that pitch, and the ball still caught his bat. And Brown hits a roller over to third, and Feather can't come up with it. So it's an error on Feather. That allows Brown to reach. He's still questioning how he hit that first pitch. That's the second pitch that Brown has no idea how he hit today. First pitch he saw today was a pitch way inside that he swung at and still managed to make contact with it. So that brings up the lefty Goldson. He takes that one outside of the zone, 1-0. Four of the next 5 Suffolk batters are all lefties, so we'll see what they can do. Off of the righty Bashara as Goldson swings and misses at that pitch to even up the count at 1-1. And Goldson fouls that one off. Down in the count, 0-2. Goldson had an infield single in his first at-bat and came in to score off of the Spady homer. And that pitch is inside. Evens up the count at 2 apiece. Two from Bashara to Goldson on its way. Swing and a miss, strike 3. The 6th strikeout for Vincent Bashara. And that ends the top of the 4th. It's all Redbirds here in Norfolk, Virginia. Bottom of the 4th inning, and Aiden Hedgepath fires in a strike, 0-1. Justin Lakos is the batter. And breaking ball curves in for a strike, 0-2. Oh, 2 pitches hit over to second. Where Kowalski is, he just came into the game and he throws out Lakos for the first out of the home 4th. called strike, 0-1. So 3 new infielders for Suffolk. As we just mentioned, Kowalski comes into the game to play second in place of Trevor Mason. Dawson Guzik over at short where Tyler Gorbett was, and I guess we now know why Alex Gilisano was running for Trey Blow. He's into the game at third base in place of Trey. That pitch is popped up towards the right side where Spady's waiting for it in foul ground, and he makes the catch. So there's 2 outs. Nick Cleghorn has moved over from right to left for Suffolk. Trying to see who's out and right for you as that pitch fouled off. So the inning ends with a line drive off of the bat of Alec Aguilar into the glove of Guzik. We'll go to the 5th inning here from Lakewood Park. Benny Spady leading off against the first relief pitcher for the Redbirds, Alex Brown, and he takes the first pitch that he throws outside for ball 1. And that one gets away from Brown, 2-0. Spady lays off that pitch, and the count moves to 3-0. And there's a called strike, 3-1. Spady pops up the 3-1 pitch out of play, and the count is now full. Spady hits that one out towards the opposite field where Morick, who just came into the game and left, dropped the ball, and Spady was hustling out of the box, and now he slides into second safely. Great hustle there from Benny Spady, runs it out, and you never know what can happen. And Jack Morick ends up dropping the ball. Is a brand new defense for the Redbirds. Ben Adams is now catching Alex Brown as he tells his pitcher to shake that one off. Nothing he can do about it. Did what he needed to do. So now Dawson Guzik, who came into the game defensively, batting in the 9-hole for Tyler Gorbett. And that one gets away from Brown. Brendan Hawley in the game at first base. As Guzik swings out of his shoes on that pitch. Moves the count to 1-1. Trevor Self comes into the game defensively to play second. Justin Lakos moves from second to short, and Jackson Hughes from first to third. 1-1 pitch, and Guzik shoots that one over towards right, but that'll go foul. One-two pitch from Brown, and he'll step off. But no one is holding Spady tightly at second. One-two on its way from Brown, and that one spiked in the dirt. Good stop there from Adams. Hold Spady over at second with no one out here in the top of the fifth. Two-two pitch, and it's fouled by Guzik, out of play. Jack Mork, as we mentioned, came in to left field for Logan Stein. Brady Kenter out in right for West Bonnie as Guzik checks his swing there. Still trying to get a glance at who's out in center. No, it's not Bryce Jones. It might be Jason Bosher. So we'll do the 2-2 again. Pitch from Brown, and that one gets away from him again as Guzik ducks his head. The count moves to 3-2. Full count, and the pitch is shot out towards left. In comes Morick. Well, that'll fall in front of him for a base hit. So good at bat from Guzik in his first plate appearance of the day. A line drive to left, and it moves Spady over one base. So now runners on the corners for the lefty Lopez. Lopez 1 for 1 today. And he gets fooled on that pitch from Brown. And Brown checks in on Guzik, and it goes off of the glove of Hawley off the umpire and into right field. Spady comes in to score his second run of the game. And Chris Dodlow is going to go out to have a talk with his pitcher, Alex Brown. A 1 count here on Lopez. Pitch from Brown is outside. Suffolk has now scored runs in the last 3 innings, but they're gonna need to start putting up some crooked numbers. No one out here in the top of the 5th. Suffolk's trailing by 13 runs, and Lopez swings through that pitch. Throw down to second from Adams, and it'll go into center field. But Dawson will hold up there at second base. So 2-2 count here on Lopez. Delivery from Brown. And that one missed. Adams was setting up away. And Brown came inside. 3-2. And swing and a miss at a pitch in the dirt. Adams' throw to first is off the bag. Hawley does a nice job to come off of it and step back on it to retire Lopez for the first out in the 5th inning. So back to the top of the Suffolk lineup. Caden Hillberger hit a line drive to second in his last at-bat, ended up resulting in an inning-ending double play as Jacob Lopez was picked off. And the 1-0 misses away from Brown, and the count moves to 2-0. On its way, and it sails upstairs, and the count moves to 3-0. Brown gets the signs from Adams, and he's ready, and he misses low. So a 4-pitch walk drawn by Caden Hillberger. He's aboard for the first time today. And that'll bring up Nick Cleghorn. Cleghorn was hit by a pitch on the first of the at-bat last time up, and he swings and misses at that first pitch from Brown. 0-1. And he takes the 0-1 low, gets stopped there from Adams. The count evens up at 1 ball and 1 strike. One from Brown. And he misses inside, 2-1. Cleghorn's 0 for 1 today. And that ball hits him. The second time that Cleghorn's been hit today. And it loads the bases. Last time Cleghorn was hit, he came around to score a run for Suffolk in the 4th inning. And Alex Aguilar steps into the box for the first time today. As we mentioned, he came in for Trey Blow. Batting in the 3-hole now. He fouls off the first pitch he sees today. 0-1 to Brown, from Brown, and it misses low, 1-1. And the 1-1 is pulled to the left side. That'll go foul. Music's on third, he's singled. Standing on second is Hillberger. He was walked, and Nick Cleghorn on first after he was hit by a pitch. 1 ball and 1 strike here on Gilisano. And that one gets by Adams, and here comes Guzik. He'll score the second run of the inning. Count moves to 2-1 on Gilisano. With Hillberger now on third and Cleghorn on second. 2 runners in scoring position for Gilisano. And that one gets by Adams again, and here comes Hillberger, and he'll score. So good reads from third base from the Voyager base runners as they scored 2 runs on 2 wild pitches. The count is now full on Gilisano. And that pitch is upstairs from Brown for ball 4, and that's going to be all for Alex Brown. And now taking second before time was called is Gilisano. Time was never called, so Gilisano is going to be on second. And that's going to be it for Alex Brown. Dylan Blazer now on the mound in relief of Alex Brown. Second relief outing for Blazer. He went 3 scoreless innings in his first one, and he fires that pitch up high to the hitter Alex Kowalski. 1-0. Kowalski getting his first plate appearance today, and he swings and misses at that fastball from Blazer to even up the count at 1 apiece. And that one's fouled back by Kowalski. 1-2. Already 3 runs have come home in the inning for the Voyagers. They have 2 more runners in scoring position after a nice heads-up play by Alex Glissano. He drew a walk as Kowalski continues to foul off pitches from Blazer. And Chris Dodolo was going out to pull his pitcher. He was walking onto the field, never asked for time though. So Glissano just ran to second. And that breaking ball is upstairs to Kowalski. 2-2. Two pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3 for the second out of the 5th. So that'll bring up Aiden Oates. 0 for 2. He had a sac fly his last at bat, and he squares that one towards center. That'll be caught by the running Bosher. We're halfway through at Lakewood Park. It's the Redbirds 17 and the Voyagers 6. 10, 11, 12 due up in the Norfolk lineup. That's Hughes, Gensler, and Brown. And the first pitch that Hughes sees is skied out to center, where Hilberger is waiting and moving to his right to make the catch. So 1 pitch and 1 out here in the 5th for Aiden Hedgepeth. Has been able to give Suffolk some lengthy innings thus far today. And that pitch is fouled off by Gensler, 0-1. Hedgepeth has already retired the first 5 batters that he's seen today. And the 0-1 drops in for a called strike, 0-2. He's the only pitcher to go more than at least 1 inning for Suffolk, as that pitch is fouled off towards the right side from Gensler. Still 0-2. Oh, 2 from Hedgepeth. Struck him out. Second strikeout of the day for Hedgepeth. And he's now retired the first 6 batters he's seen. So that'll bring up Alex Brown. Brown's 0 for 1 today. He walked and came around to score in the 3rd, and he takes a called strike, 0-1. And the 0-1 is looped over towards the right side. That'll dunk in for a 2-out single for Alex Brown. He's the first base runner to reach off of Hedgepeth. That'll bring up Jason Bosher. So Bosher did come into center field in place of Bryce Jones, and now hitting for him in the leadoff hole. And the first pitch he sees is upstairs from Hedgepeth, 1-0. And that pitch fouled off by Bosher, and the count moves to a ball and a strike. And that pitch is hit towards the right side. Spady waits for it, steps on first, and the side is retired. So Aiden Hedgepeth, 2 1/3 scoreless innings of work. He's been brilliant out of the pen this season for Suffolk. And at the end of 5 here at Lakewood Park, the Voyagers trail 17-6. Jacob Reganey is now out on the mound for the Redbirds. And his first pitch is hit by Ryland Brown, and we'll see what it's deemed. It's called foul. Ryland Brown was never running out of the box. That ball was just spinning and standing in the same spot. And Ben Adams picked it up in foul ground. And it looks like Ryland Brown's going to get a new bat. Not a lot of chalk down that right or left side. So it looks like Brown broke his bat because he's out with a new one. Didn't sound like it off of the bat. But nevertheless, down in the count, 0-1. And he fouls off that pitch from Reganey, 0-2. Second relief outing from Reganey. Came out of the bullpen in the 9th inning. And their win against Greenbrier for the save in a scoreless inning. As he misses low to Brown. And that pitch fouled off out of play by Brown. Count stays at 1-2. I think the reasoning for Chris Dodolo to put one of his best pitchers in an 11-run ball game as Brown shoots that one out towards left. Back goes Morick, backpedaling to make the catch. So a long fly ball out off of the bat of Ryland Brown. And there's one out here in the 6th. So I think the reason that Reganey is in this ball game is he he had his worst outing as a starter his last time against the Knights, where he was lit up for 4 runs, 3 of which were earned in just 3 innings of work. It's not typical of Jacob, as that pitch is fouled off of the bat of Dustin Moon, sitting in the 7-hole where Ahmad Goldson was. He's down in the count, 0-2. And home plate umpire said he didn't go around, and the first base umpire agrees with him. So the count moves to 1-2 on Moon. If you haven't noticed, Jacob Reganey, who typically wears number 29 as that pitch is inside to Moon, is now wearing number 30. Jacob said before the game that he left his jersey at his teammates Justin Lakos' house, so got him a new one. For Benny Spady. And the first pitch is inside.
Good spot.
To Spady, 1-0. And Spady shoots that one up the middle of the diamond. That'll roll into center field for the second hit of the day for Spady. He's 2 for 3. He just continues to reach base. He's reaching all 3 of his plate appearances. 2 for 3. The one time he was retired was was called out was when he had a fly ball to left that was dropped by the left fielder Morick. So Spady's aboard on first base with 2 outs. First pitch from the stretch from Reganey misses, 1-0. Dawson Cusick's 1 for 1 today. He singled and came around to score in his only plate appearance. And Reganey checks in on Spady. And a close play as Spady just gets back in the nick of time. 1-0 here on Guzik. And Reganey checks in on Spady again. That time he's closer to the bag as he kind of gives a look over to Reganey. He throws his arms up into the air. Reganey looking at Spady. Now ready to fire. And the pitch is fouled back by Guzik. 1-1. And there goes Spady. Throw down from Adams. Goes into center field. It went under the glove of Trevor Self. It was a cold strike on Guzik. So the count is 1-2, and Benny Spady is now on second base. It's the first stolen base attempt of the season for Spady. So I guess after Reganey threw over to him a couple times, he said, all right, you want to test me? Two count here on Guzik. Here's the pitch from Reganey, and it's rolled over to third. Hughes waits for it, and the throw to first is in time. So the Voyagers leave a runner stranded in scoring position. We'll head to the bottom of the sixth here at Lakewood Park. Jack Mork steps up to the dish for the first time today. Aiden Hedgepeth's still out there for the Suffolk Voyagers. And the first pitch he throws in the sixth is a ball, 1-0. And Mork swings and misses at that pitch from Hedgepeth to even up the count at 1 apiece. And Morick hits the 1-1 into foul territory right off of the light pole here at Lakewood Park. He's now down in the count, 1-2. The Suffolk dugout is joking with Benny Spady, saying he should have had that. 1-2 from Hedgepath. Struck him out. Third strikeout of the afternoon for Hedgepath, and that's the first out here in the home sixth. Ben Adams steps also into the box for the first time today, and the first pitch he sees is a called strike, 0-1. In the on-deck circle is Sparky Bannon. He'll get his first at-bat as well. 0-1 is swung through from Adams, and the count moves to 0-2. Adams still looking for his first hit this season. Did arrive 2 or 3 weeks late with the Redbirds. He's 0 for 6. He has reached base 3 times. 2 bases on balls. He was hit by a pitch once as well, as he fouls off the 1-2 from Hedgepath. So do the 1-2 again from Hedgepath to Adams, and that one is hit foul. Oates comes over for a look, but it'll go and land about 2 feet behind the fence.
I had you covered. I was on the way.
So Adams continues to battle. And he fouls off another pitch. Home plate umpires had of baseballs because Adam keeps sailing them over in foul ground. Sparky Bannon's got a couple for him on deck. One, two again. And that one's fouled. Adams asking the home plate umpire if he didn't swing, if that was a strike. Adams has fouled off the last 3 pitches. And he shoots that one into left field. Overcoming is Cleghorn, and it falls in front of him for a base hit. So the first hit of the season for Adams was a quality at bat. He fouled off the last 3 pitches he saw. And then he loops one into left field, and that's going to be all for Aiden Hedgepath. He goes 2 2/3 of an inning, as Phil Forbes goes out to have a talk with him. We'll see if he pulls him or not. So Aiden Hedgepath is going to stay in the game. There was no one warming up in the Suffolk bullpen, and still is no one. So Phil Forbes Sr. just wanted to go to have a talk with his pitcher after the base hit off of the bat of Ben Adams. Sparky Bannon is the new batter with Brendan Hawley on deck. One down here in the 6th. And the 1-0 sails upstairs from Hedgepath, and the count moves to 2-0. the 2-0 misses low. And the count moves to 3-0. And that ball catches the outside corner. 3-1. Not sure how much more pitching Suffolk. Full count from Hedgepeth to Bannon. Just outside for ball 4. And time is going to be called and asked for again from Phil Forbes Sr. So the lefty Ahmad Goldson is on the mound for the 3rd time this season. Ahmad's typically been starting out in left field for the Voyagers, where he started out again today. Came out of the game and now back in to pitch. He's gone 2 2/3 in his 2 outings as a reliever, as he spikes that pitch and hasn't allowed an earned run, so he's been beneficial for the Voyagers. He's got 7 strikeouts in those 2 2/3 innings, so he struck out more than 2/3 of the batters he sees, but he's down on the count 3-0 here on Brendan Hawley. Hawley was originally with the Suffolk Voyagers, but just came over to the Redbirds, and he takes a called strike, 3-1. Brady Kenter is on deck as the other Redbirds will get their at-bats in today. And Hawley swings and misses at that pitch, and again the count moves from 3-0 to 3-2, second time this inning. And the 3-2 is fouled back by Hawley, and we'll do it again. Three-two from Goldson, and a called strike 3. So Goldson gets Hawley looking. The first batter that he sees, and there are 2 down. So that brings up the lefty Kenter. Lefty on lefty action, and Kenter takes a called strike, 0-1. And Kenter shoots that one to right field. Back goes Moon to the warning track, and that one will take one hop and bounce off of the fence. One run is in. Bannon will be held up at third. It's an RBI double for Brady Kenter. To extend the Norfolk lead. First extra base hit and RBI of the season for Kenter. And Goldson misses low on the pitch to Lakos, 1-0. From Goldson, and that one's fouled back by Lakos, 1-1. Two down here in the home 6. Runners on second and third. Redbirds up 18-6. It's the most runs they've scored in a game all season. As that pitch again is fouled back by Lakos, 1-2. One-two from Goldson. Struck him out, but another run comes in to score for the Redbirds. They extend their lead to 12 at the end of 6. Alex Gianniscoli is now the 5th pitcher for the Redbirds as Jacob Lopez swings at the first pitch that he throws. And then the second pitch is rolled over to short, and the third baseman is going to take it, and the throw to first is in time on the tag. Good job from Hawley to place the tag on Lopez as Jackson Hughes came in to cut off Lakos with his momentum going that way. So each team has used 5 pitchers now. And Gianniscoli misses with that pitch up and away, 1-0. 7th time that Gianniscoli has appeared on the mound for the Redbirds. He's allowed at least a run. In fact, at least 2 runs in 5 of those 6 appearances. So this is a confidence builder for Redbird pitching at this point in the game. 3-0 pitch. And it's a 4-pitch walk. And Kenter is aboard. Or excuse me, Hilberger. Got me confused with the number 17s. So that'll bring up Nick Cleghorn. Cleghorn has been hit by the pitch in his last 2 at-bats, and there goes Hilberger. And Adams won't throw it down to second. And Hilberger is aboard on second base with the stolen base. Cleghorn swings and misses at that pitch from Gianniscoli. Evens up the count at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 runner on. And the pitch to Cleghorn. He swings and misses through it. And it moves to 1-2. And that one misses away, and it evens up at 2 apiece. To our fan wondering what Dustin Moon did in his at-bat, he popped out to the second baseman. 2-2 to Cleghorn, and he lifts that one towards the right side and out of play. And Cleghorn tried to pull his bat away on that 2-2 pitch, but it's still head off the front of it. So the count remains at 2 balls and 2 strikes. With Hilberger on second after he drew a 4-pitch walk and stole. That ball is inside. By the home plate umpire, and the count is now full. Voyagers were scoreless in the 6th inning, and now Hilberger is in a pickoff, and he's safe at third. So Hilberger had nowhere to go after Gianniscoli stepped off, and he had a big lead. Gianniscoli threw it to second base, and right as he let go of the ball, Hilberger broke for third and was able to arrive safely under the tag of Jackson Hughes. And that pitch is inside to Cleghorn, and now there are one on the corners with 1 out for Alex Gilisano. Second straight walk distributed by Gianniscoli. Gilisano walked in his only plate appearance today. And Gianniscoli checks in. Cleghorn at first and dives back in safely. Gilisano pops it up and foul ground. Adams is coming for a look, but it'll go foul. Cleghorn was running on that pitch. The count's 0-1 here on Gilisano. See if Cleghorn decides to go again. But first, Gianniscoli will check in on him and nearly threw it away. Boy, Brendan Hawley does a good job of coming off of that bag at first base. Saved at least a couple balls from going to the back right field stop. Oh, one, there goes Cleghorn, and again the pitch is fouled off, and Cleghorn will have to go back to first. So we'll see if Cleghorn decides to go again with Gilisano down in the count 0-2. Pitch from Gianniscoli. Cleghorn not running. He checked his swing. Adam checks with the first base umpire, and he says he went around for strike 3. So first strikeout for Gianniscoli for the second out. Now bring up Kowalski, who went down swinging in his only at-bat. There goes Cleghorn, and that pitch isn't fouled off. The throw to second is in time. What a throw down from Ben Adams. That'll end the inning. It's stretch time here at Lakewood Park. It's the Redbirds 18, Voyagers 6. We missed to mention that in the last inning for the Voyagers, Tyler Corbett came behind the plate to catch, and Jacob Lopez came in to play first base. Ahmad Goldson still on the mound after he came in relief of Aiden Hedgepeth, and his first pitch of the home seventh is a ball to Trevor Self. And the 1-0 pitch sails upstairs from Goldson, 2-0. It's been all Redbirds today. They scored 5 runs in the first inning as Goldson fires in a strike. 2-1. And that pitch is fouled back by Self. 2-2. They scored 5 runs in the first, 4 in the second, and then the big blow 8 in the third. They've put up 17 runs in the first 3 innings after they hadn't scored more than 11 in a single game. This goal just missed the zone with that pitch, and the count is now full. And a called strike 3, and Self goes down looking. First time that he's struck out today. And the third strikeout from Goldson for the first out here in the home 7th. So that'll bring up Nick Jazikowski, who started the game hitting in the 10 hole. Jackson Hughes replaced him, and now he's hitting in the 9 hole for Alec Aguilar. And he hits a ground ball to short. Busick waits for it, and the throw to first is in time for the second out. So the first time Jazikowski is retired, he's now 1 for 2. And it brings up Jackson Hughes. Hughes also 1 for 2. He had a 2 RBI double back in the third. And he leaves that ball outside from Goldson, 1-0. And that one's hit to Busick again. Another opportunity. And another throw to first. That's in time. A 1-2-3 inning for Ahmad Goldson. We'll head to the 8th inning here at Lakewood Park. Tanner Simpson, the new arm out there for the Norfolk Redbirds, in an 18-6 ball game here in the 8th inning. That pitch is fouled back by Alex Kowalski.
You're out of baseball.
Pitch from Simpson, and that's spiked in the dirt. Count is 2-1 on Kowalski. Simpson's got an ERA of 2.92 this season with 12 strikeouts and 12 1/3 innings of work. It's a called strike there on Kowalski. Evens up the count at 2 apiece. 2-2 from Simpson. And that one's popped straight up. Adams is under it and makes the catch. So Simpson retires the first batter he sees. And it brings up Tyler Gorbett. Gorbett started at shortstop today. Started in the 9 hole. But came in to catch for Oates in the 6th inning as he takes that pitch inside for ball 1. So he's now hitting in place of Aiden Oates at the 5 hole. And that pitch nips the outside corner for a called strike, 1-1. And the 1-1 misses from Simpson, 2-1. Two one to Gorbett, and he swings and misses at that pitch, and evens up the count at 2 apiece. Two from Simpson, and that one's nubbed towards the right side, and that'll go foul. Rylan Brown is on deck for the Voyagers. He's had a quiet day today. And the breaking ball is in there for a called strike 3. So Simpson retires the first 2 batters he sees. And that'll bring up Rylan Brown. Brown's 0 for 3. He did reach on an error. Simpson fires his first pitch upstairs to Brown, 1-0. And the 1-0 is low. Moves the count to 2-0. And Brown takes a big cut of that pitch from Simpson. As Brown has a laugh with himself. 2-1. And that one's nubbed right to the pitcher, Simpson. The throw to first is in time. A 1-2-3 inning for Tanner Simpson. as we head to the 9th at Lakewood Park. It is the bottom of the 8th inning here at Lakewood Park, and Benny Spady is making his first pitching appearance. And his first pitch goes to the backstop, 1-0.
He's aiming for me.
Benny's played 4 seasons in the Tidewater Summer League, and he's never pitched a game until now. Facing 11, 12, and 1 in the Norfolk lineup. And that pitch is inside to Gensler. He thought it hit him. Home plate umpire said it didn't, so the count's 2-0. And that pitch is fouled off. Spady's kind of using that submarine pitch that we see some guys use. And that pitch goes through the glove of Gorbett. The count moves to 3-1. The game in Edenton tonight between Tarboro and the Steamers is underway. We'll keep you updated with that score as that game just got started. Well, we have a doubleheader here right after this game, about a half hour after. The Greenbrier Knights and Virginia Beach Sea Dogs will battle it out as Jake Gensler draws a walk to start the bottom of the 8th. So that'll bring up Alex Brown. Alex 1 for 2 today. He's singled and walked. And that pitch is bounced by Spady. One 0 from Benny. And that one nearly hit Brown. He got out of the way. I think it went off the left shin pad of the home plate umpire. So the count moves to 2-0, and Gensler takes second. As Gorbett buys some time, home plate umpire says he's ready to go. Here on Brown. Submarine from Spady, and it misses low, and the count moves to 3-0. And a 4-pitch walk drawn by Brown. Second straight walk drawn by Spady. It does look like Trevor Mason is warming up in the Voyager bullpen. Jason Bashara, who's 0 for 1 today, hit a ground ball to first base where Spady was playing. Now, of course, hitting against him. And he hits a ground ball to third. And Gilisano will go to second with it. Gets the force out there on Brown for the first out. So Bosher's aboard on the fielder's choice. Runners on the corners with 1 out for Jack Morick. Spady checks in on Bosher. Morick's 0 for 1 today. He went down swinging. And he takes a hack at that pitch from Spady. 0-1. And that one is hit to short. That one took a couple of bad hops. And it just ate up Dawson Guzik. Looked like an inning-ending double play off the bat. But instead, another run in for the Redbirds, and runners on first and second with still 1 down. That ball took a hop right after it hit the pitcher's mound. And then it took another bad one when it came to Guzik. Just fortunate to have that one stay in front of him. And first pitch swinging from Ben Adams. He pops it up to Guzik. Much easier play that time for the second out. So I'll bring up Sparky Bannon. Bannon drew a walk in his only plate appearance today. And he's first pitch swinging at Spady. Another play for Guzik, goes to his backhand, and the throw to first goes by Lopez. Another run scores. It's the 20th of the afternoon. So Guzik gets charged with an error. And again, first pitch swinging as Hawley nearly hit Morick down the third base side. He jumps up to avoid that ball.
Go ahead, take one off the surge
one's popped up. Moving and waiting for it is Lopez. He makes the catch. So we'll go to the 9th inning here from Lakewood Park with the Redbirds up 20-6. Top of the 9th here from Lakewood Park, 7-8-9. Set to lead off for the Voyagers, down by 2 touchdowns. Bradshaw Morrison, first pitch he throws today is a called strike on Dustin Moon. 0-1. And the 0-1 misses in. Ball and a strike. Moon popped out in his only at-bat today, and he skies that one out of play. One ball is 2 strikes. Here's the pitch from Morrison to Moon. And we'll do it again. One-two pitch, and that one sails upstairs from Morrison. Count evens up at 2 apiece. And that 2-2 goes to the backstop, and the count's now full. Full count pitch to Moon. And he skies that one out of play. Here's the payoff pitch from Morrison to Moon. And it's inside, ball 4. And Moon is aboard for the first time today. So that'll bring up Benny Spady. Coming off of his first pitching outing. And he takes a big hot hack at a fastball from Morrison, 0-1. A 1 here on Spady with Moon over on first. And there goes Moon, and Spady drills that one to right. And that'll fall for extra bases to the left of Kenter. Moon is going to be held up at third. And Benny Spady just continues to rake. He's now 3 for 4 with 2 extra base hits. He's actually a triple away from the cycle. So we'll see if Suffolk can bring him up to the dish again. With nobody out here in the top of the 9th, Dawson Cusick, who's 1 for 2 today, steps into the box. And he takes a big hack at that fastball from Morrison, 0-1. A 1 pitch. And that one's inside to Cusick. And the count evens up at 1-1. And the 1-1 is dropped by Adams. It's a called strike though on Cusick. And the count moves to 2-1. Or excuse me, 1-2. One ball and 2 strikes here on Cusick. Pitch from Morrison. Swing and a miss, strike 3 for the first out here in the 9th. So that'll bring up Jacob Lopez. Lopez 1 for 3 today. He singled back in the 3rd inning. And he lays off the breaking ball from Morrison, 1-0. Here on the lefty Lopez. Pitch from Morrison is inside, gets by Adams, and here comes Moon. He'll score. Spady moves over to third. It's now 20-7. And Adams is going to go out to have a talk with his battery mate. Count is 2-0 on Jacob Lopez. Two-0 pitch. And that one's popped straight up by Lopez. Adams comes over for a look. but it'll go foul. Counts 2-1 now on Lopez. Delivery from Morrison. And Lopez backs off the plate on the pitch inside. And it's 3-1. Morrison has already walked the first batter he faced today. And now he walks Lopez on 5 pitches. So second walk distributed by Morrison puts runners on the corners with 1 out. Now back to the top of the lineup for the Voyagers. And Caden Hillberger takes the breaking ball for a called strike, 0-1. And Morrison checks in on Lopez, who is being asked by his coach to steal on the previous pitch. A 1 count here on Hillberger. And outside pitch that Morrison lost the grip on. Evens up the count at 1-1. 1-1 on its way. And that one's lined right to the shortstop, and Lopez will be picked off for the second time today on an inning-ending double play. This one will end the game as the Norfolk Redbirds improve to 4-7 in PCL play this season. They got off to a hot start early, put up 4 runs in the first, 5 in the second, and then 8 in the third. They never looked back from there. They put up 20 runs overall, their highest runs scored in a game this season, as they put the Voyagers to 2-9 in the PCL. So the next time that these two teams will play will be on Thursday. The Redbirds will be in Tarboro against the River Bandits. That game is set for 4 o'clock. And the Voyagers will take on the Sea Dogs, or excuse me, that game is set for 7. The Voyagers will play the Sea Dogs. That game is at 4 on Thursday. So, thank you for watching, everyone. Once again, I'm Hayden Bandel. You've been watching the Tidewater Summer League YouTube channel. Be sure to stay tuned for the second game of our doubleheader between the Greenbrier Knights and Virginia Beach Sea Dogs.